Hi everyone, welcome to Australia. Today we visit the Alfred Memorial Gardens in Sherbrooke, Victoria, about 35 kilometers or 22 miles east of Melbourne. They are beautiful gardens within the Dandenong Ranges, comprising an area of about 13 hectares with landscapes of ferns, gum trees, flower beds and stone paths, all set in a beautiful scenery. These gardens were dedicated to the former owner of the estate, Alfred Nicholas, a sales magnate and factory owner. He and his family lived in the house at the back of the upper-level gardens. The house is fenced off and privately owned, but the gardens are open for everyone to enjoy. They were created between 1929 and 1939 and were laid out and designed to create an open, relaxing and enjoyable scenery that includes a wide variety of native plants. The gardens actually comprise about half the size of Melbourne's well-known Royal Botanic Gardens in the city, giving the area plenty of space to create several vastly different settings. To get to the gardens, you need to make your way towards the Dandenong Ranges and follow Sherbrooke Road to get to the car park in front of the top entrance. Alternatively, if you don't want to drive, bus services are running from close-by train stations, making it possible for you to catch a train from the inner city of Melbourne and then get to the gardens by public transport. I have to point out though that public transport gets you there in a very roundabout way, and it will take approximately 2 hours from Melbourne CBD one way, when driving a car there would only take you about 40 minutes. Also keep in mind to check the schedule for buses and public transport beforehand. Depending on the time of day and weekday, buses might not run as regularly in that area. So the fastest and most convenient way to visit the gardens from Melbourne would definitely be driving there. The car park is on the other side of the road from the main entrance to the gardens. From the closest bus stop, it's only a few minutes walk up the road. The entrance of the gardens are rustic iron gates that sit on a massive stone pillar on either side. From the gates, the paved walkway is lined with huge paperbark trees, other gum trees and flowers, which already create a beautiful atmosphere. The walkway leads into a beautifully laid out area with ponds, wooden bridges, stone paved paths, garden beds framed in natural stones and a heron fountain in the middle of one of the ponds, blending into a picturesque landscape like in a colorful acrylic painting. Spending time within that cozy pond area, listening to the water flow softly from the heron fountain and leaning back in the shade from all the surrounding trees and ferns is incredibly relaxing. It is a pretty small area, and there is not much space to sit down or any benches, but it is still possible to stay there for a bit and enjoy it. The garden is very well maintained. From the upper area, there is a path and several sets of stairs leading down into different sections of the gardens. Because of that, you can explore the gardens through different routes at your own leisure, and every now and then there are benches to sit on and rest. The main path is also where big gardening machinery and vehicles are driven, so be careful when you walk around. As the gardens are set on a hill and lead downwards, the path is on a decline and varies in steepness. Walking through the gardens and taking in the sights is very captivating. There are so many birds in this area that you get to listen to them throughout the walk. After walking for a few minutes, there's a crossroads with a huge hollowed-out tree trunk. It looks very impressive and is a popular photo spot for visitors. Heading left leads into a walkway further down the hill that was closed off for maintenance when I went. There is a small pond called Blackfish Pond that has a wooden jetty that was also closed off unfortunately, but it looked very nice. Going right from the crossroads, you get to the other main attraction of the gardens, a gorgeous lake with a wooden shed on one side and 2 islands in the middle. This is the perfect area for a picnic and looks absolutely breathtaking. There are also more wooden bridges connecting the islands to the outer area. It is easy to walk around the entire lake and enjoy the view. All around there are benches that invite people to sit, relax and spend some time there. With all the big trees everywhere, there are also many shaded areas where you can sit on the grass without burning in direct sunlight. Along the stone wall there's a small waterfall that feeds into the lake. It creates a beautiful scenery with one wooden bridge right in front of it, so you can get an up-close view of the water streaming down. Going down a set of stairs from there will lead you to public restrooms that are available to use. There's another path that leads down from the restrooms to what would be the second entrance to the gardens. That second entrance was gated off for maintenance when I visited, but walking down the path was very nice nonetheless. There are also little trails that go off the main path and make for little detours and more areas to explore and take pictures at. You can also see the water from the lake flowing further along through the nature reserve. From the restrooms or back at the lakes, you can go up a steep set of stairs that lead into a lookout area with a little pavilion, a little meadow and another set of benches, making this place a nice secluded site. The view from here over the forest below is breathtaking. Spending some time here to watch the clouds pass by and listen to the wind rustle against the tree branches, ferns and small plants is highly recommended. Then, to get back up, there are more stairs and inclines to climb to get back to the main entrance. The entire garden area is not that big, but it is a very nice spot for a break out in nature. There's no traffic noise once you leave the entrance area, and you can easily spend a few hours here without getting bored. You wouldn't need a lot of time to walk around and see everything there is to see, but if you'd like to just sit back and enjoy the surroundings, this is a beautiful spot to do exactly that. The ponds in the upper part and the lake in the lower area are some of the most beautiful landscapes I have seen in a public garden or park. All the different colors, plants and elements make them look like part of a fairy tale setting. Keep in mind that many areas of these gardens are only accessible through flights of stairs and steep inclines. Also, the only available restrooms are at the lower part of the gardens, and there are no shops or stores to buy refreshments or food, so make sure you bring your own. These gardens are also well worth visiting at different times throughout the year, as the trees and plants change colors in different seasons. I was there to film at the beginning of summer, and will definitely go back to see the beautiful autumn colors. If you are in the Dandenong Ranges, the Alfred Nicholas Memorial Gardens are an incredibly relaxing location and a great spot to check out. They are also a perfect family trip location. Dogs are allowed within the gardens as long as they stay on leashes. They also take donations that go towards the conservation and support of these beautiful gardens. You can put any amount you deem appropriate into the donation box that's right at the footpath after you enter. The gardens are free to visit and donations are completely optional, but always welcome. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed our trip to the beautiful Dandenong Ranges. There are many other gardens and areas to explore there, and I will definitely go back and see more. I will see you next time.